Carabao Cup semi-final. Remember, we already know that Arsenal or Liverpool are really going to face a team which goes by the names of Chelsea because it really won its two ties against a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur by 3-1 to nil in there because they never even scored in there. So this is the first game in there. Arsenal is taking on Liverpool and Arsenal have paid a visit to Liverpool in there. And by the way, I've seen some surprises into this starting lineup of Arsenal that the manager of Arsenal, who goes by names of Mikel Arteta, has gone on to do into this game in here. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Smash the like button, comment and share. That is the language we speak in here onto Rokani football podcast in there. So today it's all known that Liverpool is taking on Arsenal in there. Remember, the first leg was supposed really to happen in there, but it didn't go on as planned. Reason was simple. Arsenal really went ahead. No, Liverpool really went ahead to say that they have reported very many COVID cases and the game was cancelled in there. Though later, the manager of Liverpool came out and said, no, that wasn't the case. It was like they got false results of Liverpool players who really tested positive in there. Now things have really turned against them and the FA Cup is really doing what we call investigations over a possible plan by Liverpool not to really do this game because they felt like they are not ready to take on a team which goes by names of Arsenal. So those investigations are on right about now in there, and we wait and see what the FA is really going to come out and tell a side which goes by names of Liverpool in there, because the first game was supposed to be played at Anfield and it didn't play that side and it really never went ahead, and that really saw this game postponed to be played on the 20th of January. That is next week in there after this one, because this week is ending on the 16th. That means next Thursday a team which goes by names of Liverpool is really going to take its journey to a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there. But all in all, let's go into the confirmed lineups of these teams in there as they are really out in there already, as the respective coaches of these teams have really picked in there. Liverpool are playing with a 4-3-3. They're having Alisson in goal. He returns in there. They're having Trent Alexander-Arnold playing off the right attacking side, playing off the right back in there. They're having Joel Matip returns and Virgil van Dijk are really playing to that central defense partnership. Robertson playing into the left full back in there. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and James Milner playing into the three-man midfield as Taco Namino playing as a right forward. Firmino playing as the center forward of a team which goes by names of Liverpool, and Diego Jota is leading the line in there. This really shows you how much Jurgen Klopp has changed his thoughts over these cups like Carabao Cup, because he usually never brought such players onto the pitch. He used not to really take this serious, but if at all you see his starting lineup, he shows you that he's here to win the game today. When you look at the substitutes, Liverpool have Ibrahim Konate, they're having Joe Gomez, they're having Alexander Chamberlain, Katz Jones, Tomiskas, Kaide Gordon, Kahela, Neco Williams and Taylor Martin in there. That is the bench of a team which goes by names of Liverpool in there. Now you know which players Liverpool have brought in there to face a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there. But when you look at the lineup, it shows you that Mo Salah, Naby Keita and a player who goes by the names of Sadio Mane are not into the starting lineup. Remember, they are into the AFCON in there, and Mo Salah lost to a team which goes by names of Nigeria in there, and a team which goes by names of Senegal went ahead to win, and that of Naby Keita went ahead to win too in the African Cup of Nations in there. So we wait and see what really happens when Liverpool really is playing a side which goes by names of Arsenal. But at the look of things, it looks like Liverpool has really fronted a very strong side in there, and Arsenal really need to get to see to it that they don't really get tired into this one, because they are really having a very tricky game over the weekend. Now let's get into the starting lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal in here, as the manager who goes by names of Mikel Arteta has brought them. Shockingly to me, I really thought that Bernard Leno would stay in goal in there, because in their last game they played into into the FA Cup that saw Nottingham Forest knocking Arsenal out. It was Bernard Leno into goal, and I'm surprised to see that Aaron Ramsdale has been brought to be the starting goalkeeper into this team. So I'm really surprised in here onto the Rokani Football Podcast. But Ramsdale starts in goal. Cedric Soares comes in through to play as the right back. I thought Tomiyasu would play a part in here. Ben White and Gabriel are really playing to that centre-back partnership in there. And Kian Tierney is playing as the left full-back of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. This was really expected because of how Arteta treated Nuno Tavares in the game of Nottingham Forest. Not even before the 45 minutes whistle was blown by the referee to end the first half, he was really taken off the pitch. That really showed you that the manager is really annoyed over a player who goes by names of Nuno Tavares. Grant Xhaka surprising returns in there. This was my own worry. That's why in my predicted lineup, I really thought that a player who goes by names of Patino is really going to get a slid in there. And Sambilo Konga are partnering to the down midfield pivot of Arsenal in there. And very many people thought that if at all Grant Xhaka had not tested negative for COVID-19, a player who goes by names of Ben White was going to be pushed into the midfield in there to play with Sambi Lokonga in there, because Ben White is good when it comes to playing into that defensive midfield in there. Lacazette playing as a central attacking midfielder. Remember those games when Martin Odegaard was benched, Lacazette was playing that position and played it very well. Bukayo Saka playing off the right attacking side of the midfield, with Gabriel Martinelli playing off the left attacking side of the midfield, as Nketiah is leading the line for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. When we go to Arsenal and look at the substitutes that Arsenal are really having, they're having Bernard Leno, Rob Holding, Nuno Tavares, Callum Chambers, Pablo Mari, Mika Miles-Bireth. Oh, this Bireth guy was signed in the summer and is one of the top scorers of Arsenal into the junior team in there. They're having Salah in there, Omari and Charlie Patino in there. Those are the substitutions that Arsenal might really make through. They're really going to face a very big problem of a man who goes by the names of Odegaard in there, because I don't see Emily Smith-Rowe. Have I seen Emily Smith-Rowe onto the bench? Emily Smith-Rowe off the bench. There is another player who goes by the names of Odegaard. He's really off the bench. It shows you that Arsenal are really short of what we call players in there. So it looks like Arsenal are not really into the right mode in there. Their bench is not rich enough to come in through and really help out if at all things don't go as planned in here onto the Rokani Football Podcast in the Carabao Cup semi-final in there. When you look at what Arsenal has really brought to the pitch, it shows you that they really want to go through to the final and play a team which goes by the name of Chelsea. The same applies to Liverpool, because Liverpool most times really used to rest its players in there and bring in the young ones to come in and do the job. But you see the lineup that a man who goes by the names of Jurgen Klopp has really brought into this encounter of a team which goes by the names of Liverpool. Smash the like button, comment and share. You can as well go into the live chat and tell me your prediction of a team which goes by names of Liverpool versus Arsenal, because the game is starting in the next 21 minutes in here, and we are really going to be here to see to it that we really see how the game really goes and how it ends here onto the Rokani Football Podcast. So as things stand, it looks like Liverpool have fronted a very big side in there, and obviously on paper Liverpool have a better side than Arsenal in there, but Arsenal have really transcended from a team that everyone thought that when it comes to Arsenal playing these big teams in there, Arsenal has already lost. You get? After putting up that display against the team which goes by the names of Man City in there, and that display against Manchester United, I think Arsenal has evolved from that team that we always thought that it's really going to come up and concede goals like it conceded against Man City. That was 5-0. They conceded against Chelsea 2-0. They conceded against Liverpool at Anfield by 4-0. So Arsenal looked like they were the weaker side and they were the young boys, the small boys into this game. But after that Man City game, Arsenal has really shown that they are now the big boys. They're the big boys, and they can really go onto that level and tussle it out with the big boys on the big levels. Because what makes a club very successful and very much reliant and very much promising that it's really going to get a result in these big games, it's how it really comes out and react when such games are really being played in there. So the way Arsenal reacted against Man City showed us that Arsenal really has gotten back to that spirit of knowing that we can really come up and put up the spirit in there, and we fight until the last moment in there. And I really thought that the reason as to why Arsenal really came up through and lost that game of a team which goes by names of Man City, it was lack of leadership and their mentality in there. Because if at all Arsenal really had a very good leader onto the pitch, they wouldn't have gotten a red card after that penalty. They just had to put their concentration levels to another grade in there, such that they really had to go in and really go ahead again and get that goal, because Arsenal got very many chances, close to 3 chances after Man City scored a penalty and they equalized the game, but Arsenal didn't really go ahead to utilize these chances in there. Martinelli in this single game would have scored 3 goals, I remember, because he got three chances and he would have really gone ahead to beat a side which goes by names of Man City single-handedly, not without help of any other Arsenal player. He really played very well, but he really failed to really capitalize onto these chances in there. So to me, I will feel like Arsenal and Liverpool, it's really going to be a game that we're really going to enjoy. We are really going to love the game because loads of things are really going to happen. Arsenal players want to prove a point. After losing to a team which goes by names of Nottingham, you get making 2 travels or journeys away from London, you get to go to Nottingham, and you are now coming to Liverpool. You can't register 2 losses in 2 consecutive games, because over the weekend you are also going to play away at Tottenham Hotspur. That is the very crucial game in there. But I will feel like Arteta wants to see his team in the final, because seeing his team in the final is really going to give Arsenal another moment, another thought in there, because winning is really a habit. And when you really turn it into behavior, you are really going to find yourselves that each and every time you are into a match, you know that we are not supposed to be beaten. We are not supposed to be beaten in there. I remember when Arsenal did the unbeaten run, I remember that game of Manchester United, where United really had to stop their run. Were they at 30 games in there? Yeah, they were like at 30 games in there. And Man United was given a penalty in the 90th game of the game. And guess what happened? Ruud van Nistelrooy hit that penalty and it hit on the crossbar. And you know what happened after that game? Because United players had a mentality that we are the ones supposed to stop this run of Arsenal. And Arsenal never wanted the run to be stopped. Guess what happened? They really had to fight on the pitch. Patrick Vieira versus Roy Keane, Ruud van Nistelrooy versus Roland Meyer, Gary Neville in there, the Martin Keown, Sol Campbell. So Arsenal felt like they had got it all and they really had saved their run in there and they never deserved to lose. And remember, this was happening at Highbury. That's where it was happening, not at Old Trafford. It was happening at Highbury. So all in all, I can really tell you that each and every time your team gets to that level and their mindset is always set to levels of winning, there is no way you're really going to come out and don't see your players fight onto the pitch. That's what Manchester United is really facing. That's the big problem United is facing. The number 1 problem United is facing is these Manchester United players are really not used to winning. That's why you saw Ronaldo came out and did that big interview in there. He told them that, okay, if at all you want to hear me out or learn from me, then do something that helps the team in there, because for him he's a winner. He's not at Manchester United to waste time. And that's the mentality that Zlatan Ibrahimovic said of when he really came at Manchester United. He came out and said that I came to a big club with a weak mentality. So Arsenal, if at all they go ahead and win this game or get a point out of this game, their mentality will be switched on again. Because remember, Arsenal lost to Man City by 2-1. They went into the FA Cup. They lost to a team which goes by the names of Nottingham Forest. They are now playing a team which goes by names of Liverpool away at Anfield. So if at all you lose 3 games consecutively, that means your mentality and winning sense are switched off, totally off. Because the only way they are going to be on is you at least getting a positive result in such a game. Because Arsenal needs a very big boost ahead of this game, ahead of the Tottenham Hotspur game that they are playing over the weekend. Over the weekend, Arsenal is playing away at Tottenham, and it's the North London derby. You know what that happens. And Tottenham too lost to a side which goes by names of Chelsea yesterday. So I think Conte came into that game of Chelsea when he had really his gloves were down. So Chelsea punched him left, right, and center, though they only managed to score 1 goal. But Spurs came when they had really surrendered that. Let this game go. Let's just play for respect, and we are really pumped up for Arsenal, for the Arsenal game over the weekend. Now, that's why Arsenal really needs to get this game. They shouldn't really get tired. They should find means of really reserving some good energy, because playing on Thursday, you have Friday and Saturday, only 2 days. Then on Sunday you are playing, and the team that you are playing played on Wednesday, and they've really gotten enough rest in there. That means that Arsenal in this game of Liverpool, they need to come up and really find a solution of not stretching themselves to the wire. Let them see that they really get a goal fast, or they don't concede fast, because that's what they're supposed to do. They have to first score a goal, because you cannot really run after Liverpool, because the moment you open up, Liverpool act so much into spaces. When you look at the midfield of Fabinho, Milner, and Henderson, I don't see how Liverpool scores you a goal fast and you really come up and you beat that, because games are won and lost in the midfield. And today, I really want to say, can Granit Xhaka and Lokonga win the midfield battle against the team which goes by the names of Liverpool? Because Liverpool has a workaholic in a Milner. They have a brilliant CDM who goes by the names of Fabinho, and they're having Dean Henderson, who is good at passing. So we wait and see what really happens. So your predictions are welcome. Those who are really watching in, I'm waiting for your predictions into the live chat. Tell me your predictions in there. Tell me where you're watching in from, and what's your prediction for this game, Liverpool versus Arsenal. I really feel like the best Arsenal can get out of this game is a draw. To me, that's what I really think, because if Arsenal really gets a draw out of this, they would have really done a very big job, because they can go away. They can go home at Emirates next week on Thursday and get this done. They can. I trust them. They can really go at Emirates and they get this done. This deal can get done, and they can really eliminate Liverpool out of the tournament in there. So I really feel like it's not something that Arsenal fans will like. I really feel like Liverpool have an edge over this game, because the last time Arsenal came here, they conceded 4 goals to nil. They swallowed 4. But the difference is no more Salah, no Sadio Mane. You remember that? So, but Diego Jota is present, Firmino is present, and Takomino is also present in there. So we wait and see what really comes up into this game of football in here. But all in all, there are battles that we have to talk about. There is a battle of Robertson and Bukayo Saka. It's really going to be a very big battle into this game, because Bukayo Saka really looks like he likes to utilize that space in there. But ask yourself, is Robertson really going to be giving him space in there to run in through? That's another big question you have to ask yourself, because Robertson likes to play that entire line. Can Arsenal utilize that chance of Robertson running in front, and then they really do that long ball in there to find a Bukayo Saka or a well-placed Nketiah or Lacazette, and they really gate off Liverpool unaware? Because I've seen most of the goals that Liverpool concede, they concede them because their their full backs really do make those runs in there. And if at all Fabinho doesn't really read the game very well to come up and stop it early enough when this team is attacking from any of the flanks of the left fullbacks or right fullbacks that has really moved on, then the game is done. It's game and done. So that's something that we have to look about. We have to look at the battle of Martinelli versus Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's another battle that we're really going to face. There is another battle, Cedric Soares versus Diego Jota. That is a Portuguese affair. That's another battle that we are really going to watch. Takomino, is it Takomomino in there, facing a player who goes by the names of Kian Tierney. I think Kian Tierney will win this. But the big man of the day is this Liverpool man. That man, Firmino. You see, these are players that are unsound heroes in the Liverpool team. They are really unsound heroes in the Liverpool team. I'm having Mohamed Ali. How are you, Mohamed Ali? How are you, and where are you watching it from? Your prediction for this game is welcome into the live chat below. Thank you for watching Rokani Media. Smash the like button, comment, and share. Mohamed Ali. Thank you. I was really talking about the unsound hero at Liverpool who goes by names of Roberto Firmino. Doesn't score very many goals. He doesn't create a lot. But his main effort is where his main effort is where is here. The main effort of a player who goes by the names of Firmino is in those secondary assists, the third assist in there. You know, he can do a pass that will lead to an assist. He can do a pass to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Alexander-Arnold really makes an assist for Firmino, for Diogo Jota. So this is the man. If Arsenal are really going to win this game, they should get 3 players out. Trent Alexander-Arnold shouldn't play. They should not let him do those crosses, because Trent Alexander-Arnold averages 25 crosses into the 18 yards box area of the opponent per match. That's the blood. So Arsenal needs to come out and stop this. Robertson should be stopped from really making those deadly crosses. The other player that Arsenal should stop goes by the names of Firmino Roberto, because he is the center of the plan of Liverpool. All Liverpool plans are rotating on a player who goes by names of Roberto Firmino. In the absentia of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, he becomes the playmaker. He's the brain now, and Klopp has been using him for the previous many seasons until Diogo Jota came in, because Diogo Jota starts ahead of Firmino, because Diogo Jota has goals onto him. But in the absentia of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, just know the player that Arsenal should really look at to stop a team which goes by names of Liverpool, it's Firmino. Firmino is the center of all the brain that Liverpool is going to use to win this game, if at all they are to win it. Now Mohamed Dali says where the football starts now. It starts in the next 8 minutes in there. That's when the game of football is starting. That is Liverpool versus the side which goes by names of Arsenal, and your prediction is welcome in the comment section below. Let me talk about the Arsenal threats to a team which goes by names of Liverpool. These players, they should watch them. They should watch out on a player who goes by names of Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and Lacazette. Those 3 players, and most especially Lacazette, because Lacazette is a composed player. He's like playing as a second striker in there, but in a role of a central attacking midfielder. He's going to do that role very well, because he has a very good press. He can do that last pass. He has a good shot on him. He can really come up and get this ball from the defense, and then he really passes it forward, and he can really hurt these players. And if he was really leading the line, it would have been easy for Van Dijk and Joel Matip to really come in and get him out of the game. But he is not leading the line. He's coming deep in there, and that is how Lacazette will come and hurt teams like Liverpool in there. So the midfield has to really keep a good eye on a player who goes by the names of Lacazette, because he is the brain of Arsenal into this game. He is the brain. Each and everything that Arsenal is going to do is going to rotate on Lacazette. The do's and don'ts of Arsenal are really going to rotate on Lacazette, because he's the mastermind. If Odegaard was into this game, he would have been the mastermind of this game, but badly enough, Odegaard and Emile Smith-Rowe are not even onto the bench of a team which goes by names of Arsenal. I don't know whether they've tested positive for COVID. We wait and see what the manager is really going to come out and say, but all in all, Liverpool versus Arsenal is starting in the next 8 minutes in there for you. Your predictions are welcome into the comment section below. This is the Rokani Football Podcast. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Your predictions are welcome into there. Mohamed Dali, thank you for watching us in. Smash the like button. Me sign out for now. See you later after the game is